You're in your egg, squeaking for help. You're one of her 40 or 50 eggs that she carries from the nest down to the river, using her tongue to give you some help with hatching. You are now an independent crocodile. That didn't take long. 8 inches and weighing 30 grams, you've now got a long way to go. Mom's still hanging around to do what she can to protect you, but you're all more or less on your own now. It may seem like, per female, per year, that's a lot of new crocodiles into the world. Well, it would be if 99% of you weren't consumed within the first year. Let's see if you can make the 1%. You need food, and you're not that big yet. So you have to settle for some small insects and frogs. At 2 months, you decide to leave the starter zone with a party of 4 to collectively hunt some larger prey. With your feet by your side and using a wagging motion with your tail to swim, you wait for your chance to strike and get your share of flesh. Right. It's now time to hit the sunbeds. There's a hierarchy among crocodiles that goes along the lines of biggest boys get best basking spots, so you have to settle for squeezing into an uncozy shaded corner. Being cold-blooded means you can't use food to warm up your body temperature, so you have to spend time basking on land, absorbing heat through your specially designed skin. After a year, there's a few of you left. Wait, that's not right. Let's quickly fix it. There we go. Look, you survived year 1. You'll probably make it to old age now. Maybe. You're now a foot bigger, and after another year, you're another foot bigger. You see where this is going. By 4 years old, you've grown a foot per year, and you're now the size of an average dwarf crocodile. But your rapid growth is going to start to slow. Making it to this age without being eaten now makes you a 1 in 1, 0 crocodile. Not great numbers for a top predator species that hasn't needed to change since dinosaurs. After basking on land for a while, you're now too hot, and you can't sweat. So that gives you 2 options. Jump back in the water, or open your mouth. These are your primary ways of thermoregulating your body. You opt for opening your mouth, as you can take a nap at the same time, to work towards your daily 12 to 16 hours. It also serves as a handy, very intimidating, do not disturb sign. You can even leave an eye open for a bit as an added security measure. You awaken from your nap to a tasty smell. Since you're still a small crocodile, you have to take anything you can get. So you decide to belly walk, which is basically what it says on the tin, over to some leftovers for a quick snack. Your tongue is fixed in your mouth, so you can't stick it out for a taste. Guess you just have to go for it. Hungry. Time to dive in. Your conveniently placed eyes, ears, and nostrils allow you to completely submerge and hover motionless for hours as you wait. You have lots of sensory pits all over your upper and lower jaws, which can respond to the slightest disturbances in water. Even just a drop. It's been 3 years, and you're now around 7 in 1, 2 feet long, the average size of a Cuban crocodile. You like the heat and heavily rely on it, but it's now the drought season, so it's too hot, and just opening your mouth won't do the job. After finding a nice spot, you dig out a cozy riverside burrow to shelter from the heat. Obviously, you're quite large, so these burrows can also be quite large, with Nile crocs digging the deepest of any animal. Because you rely on the sun to warm your body, 50 to 70% of the food you eat is converted to flesh and energy. For comparison, in humans, this is about 3 to 4%. This gives you a very low metabolism, meaning you could go nearly a year without eating, living off the fat stored mainly in your tail. You'd rather not. It's not ideal for you, but what is helpful is being able to see out the rest of the drought from the comfort of your burrow. After another few years, you've hit 9 feet, roughly the size of a freshwater crocodile. You've hit maturity, so you are now an adult crocodile. You're also now big enough to take some larger prey. Although you have a tiny brain in comparison to your body, you do possess some advanced cognitive function, including the ability to recognize the daily drinking pattern of land animals. You wait for night, when your prey can't see anything, But you can, with your advanced night vision, before you submerge fully this time. You protect your eyes with your third transparent eyelid. You also have flaps covering your ears, nostrils, and throat, protecting them from the water, along with salt glands to filter away any salt if necessary. After waiting 20 minutes, your prey shows up right on time. The large, stiff muscles that bulge out of your head give you the most powerful bite in the animal kingdom. And as soon as your prey thinks it's safe to take a sip, you clamp on and pull them under. You can bite hard but can't chew very well, so you opt for swallowing your food whole. That meal was tough, even knocked out a tooth. Luckily, you can just grow them back, like 50 times each. Not being much of a chewer means you have to go pick up some extra help to grind up your food. Your stint underwater also built up an oxygen debt, and you're able to flush your CO2-loaded blood into your stomach, resulting in even more acid being produced in your already very acidic stomach, helping you dissolve the prey. Time to head back and claim a nice basking spot. You're the most social species of reptile, but don't really socialize. Just hang out together at certain points of the river. Saltwater males fight, others don't. As you're basking away, you start to feel a slight nibbling on your tail. You look up and see a large, gray, unhappy hippo. So you know you just have to accept it. Don't worry, you'll get them back one day. Another few years of this routine gives you West African slender snout status at around 12 feet long. You're older now and have learned that you don't always have to go after prey. You can make them come to you. It's the bird nesting season, and lots of would-be mummies and daddies are looking for good sticks to build their nests with. You might have noticed that every time you eat, you appear to cry. Don't worry, they're just crocodile tears. As you swallow, air from your sinuses enters your tear ducts, which then overflow out of your eyes, so you appear to cry. Being a dinosaur with zero empathy means you don't ever actually cry, and the tear ducts exist only to clean your eyes. Fast forward another 10 or so years, and you're now around 16 feet, the average length of a Nile crocodile. Still not the largest species, though that's saltwaters, which have exceeded lengths of 20 ft. Oh well, you can try again next year, and the year after that, and the year after that, all the way up to around 70 years old. Ah, well, we all know how this ends. You had a good run.